Here's a little bit more about this car. This engine here is a 468. This is what was in the car when it spun that rod bearing. I'm not opposed to running this combination. I guess this is kind of like backup, I guess, to the 490. Like I said, the 490, I would like to keep that one in the car, and you know, that way we aren't changing massive variables with this whole project as we go. Like I said, this one is basically just in case if the worst thing imaginable could happen. This is a little bit closer look at these cathedral port cylinder heads. These heads flow roughly around 340 CFM. There's a pretty cool coil pack setup that I have on this thing. Like I said, we're going to be running Holley Terminator X Max. So basically the ECU is going to think this thing is an LS motor. As far as the way, what we're going to use for like a crank trigger, we're going to be using a MSD dual sync distributor for cam and crank signals to the Terminator X Max. And that's how we're going to be firing the ignition system. I intend to also use coil packs when this thing is carbureted, so that way we can still run our electronically controlled transmission at the same time. We're just not going to be handling fueling requirements at that time. So that's kind of a little bit about that. Here's this car. It's like I said, it's a 1970 442. I'm going to be making a few changes in here while I'm at it. As you can tell, I was kind of in the middle of a wiring project. It used to have like a MSD 6AL setup in it when it had a distributor in it. It also used to have a Muncie in it at one point in time. So I've been kind of working on changing this thing over to an automatic. I've been looking at different consoles and stuff like that, trying to see what I can get into this thing. I'm kind of leaning towards like a Chevelle style console. There's a lot more aftermarket for the Chevelle stuff. So I think I'm going to probably go that direction. Also, it's got cup holders because it's a street car. You got to have that. So that's kind of what the interior looks like. It's got a 6-point cage in it. We probably are going to have to beef that up if we decide to keep the race combo in there. Should be good at 10.0 cert, so we should be good for now for the majority of our testing, at least through stage 2. Once we get into the race combination, we may have to up the ante here on a few items. We'll just have to see how things go and what our budget allows for. So I don't know, it's a very beautiful car. Like I said, it's just a darn shame that I've had it off the road for so long with it. You know, I had some other things happen, so hopefully we can get a little bit more familiar with this thing. The exhaust on this thing, it's a dual 3-inch setup. It's got an X pipe in it. Chances are that may have to also get upgraded whenever we do the race setup. May do a 3.5-inch dual system on it. I haven't quite decided yet where we're going to head on that. I guess if we decide to change that, I will keep you guys updated on that. Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff going to happen on this car. Like I said, I intend on keeping it for a long time. It's just I want to still be able to return this thing back to somewhat close to stock if we ever choose to get rid of it or something. Here are these intake manifolds. This one here is the Speedmaster. The Speedmaster intake is kind of a weird little setup. It's got these really short intake runners, which it doesn't appear like it would if you look at it externally. You would think it would be just identical to this intake sitting right next to it. I mean, they look like almost twins. But when you look inside of it, this one has these short little intake runners. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this one behaves I picked this thing up for 150 bucks off of Amazon. I really wanted to see, how budget minded we could go with this thing. Like I said, I probably spent, a good 3 or 4 hours porting the plenum on this thing and just kind of making it so it is going to have the best chance to, promote any kind of power for this whole combination. That even if it's an average Joe combo, I just want to try to make it as good as I possibly can for an apples to oranges test. This combo here is the raised runner design. I know you probably can't tell, but all of this has been welded up and the runners are raised. Same thing out here on next to the ports. All this is raised for that cathedral setup. Lots of material has come out of this thing, even beyond what the casting would have had room for. I can't even stress that enough. I recently just came in here and I finished the porting on this thing. Probably spent a good, 10, 12 hours just simply on the intake manifold. Massive amount of time on this thing, and that's just the little bit that I've worked on it. A friend of mine in Colorado kind of initially decided to do this project, and I'm just trying to finish it out. It's been a long time coming for this one as well. Lots of cool stuff on this one, and this is kind of more so like your street strip combination, and a little bit more of a max effort kind of a scenario. So then we get into our full-blown race setup here. This intake manifold here is for the race setup. This one, it features a Hogan's sheet metal intake for the Knowlton heads, and this is about as bad as they come. This is a bad dude right here. So my goal is with this thing is to do it justice and make sure that we push this thing as far as I possibly feel comfortable with. I'm going to do the best I can to keep this thing alive in the 490-inch combo. Once you get up in that neighborhood over that 800 horsepower range area on a factory OldsPwr block, it's possible it could just let loose. You never know, because you are dealing with a casting that is roughly around 50 years old. So, anything can happen. So I don't want to sugarcoat that or undersell that at all at any point during this whole process. So here's a little bit on these heads. These things flow nearly 400 CFM. They're just shy of it. It uses a 250 intake, and it'll be a 172 exhaust. This chamber is roughly around 58 cc's. It'll be about 14 or a little bit more to one compression. So really cool stuff on this one. This is this is just premium top tier stuff for an OldsPwr. If you look right there, that has a removable inner runner piece that comes out of there, where you can actually put this head bolt in there. So lots of cool stuff on that. So I guess I'm really excited to see this combination come to life. I've never personally seen a set of these heads outside of this set of heads right here. So not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying I've never once seen one on the road or at the track or anything. I guess this was a kind of a joint venture in the early 2000s between the late Joe Mondello and the Knowltons at I believe they're up in Minnesota somewhere. So really cool stuff with this. I guess there was a few issues with the castings on these, which kind of led to their demise. So I think that's why they didn't really do a whole bunch of them, is that whoever cast them, I think they were supposedly, they could have issues here or there. This set of heads has been checked a couple times. I've sent them out to Knowlton Thunderheads and had them inspected. So I've got a, you know, a clear, clean bill of health out of these things, and I look forward to running them through their paces. So I can't wait to see what this thing runs like. Like I said, like this just makes me feel like a kid in a candy store trying to use this stuff. So I want to do it justice. I want to try to make it so it's, you know, as good as it possibly can be. So this is about as crazy as it gets in the OldsPwr world, outside of, you know, custom one-off castings and stuff like that. So I think we got some really cool stuff for you guys to keep up with, and you know, all types of different flow numbers and all kinds of everything. I'll do my best to kind of keep you guys set up and informed as well as I possibly can on each individual setup, and also the building of the car as I progress through this, because there's a lot of you know, just your initial build process on this thing that's going to be pretty in depth as well. So all this is a brand new combination. All this is all brand new stuff. So hopefully we don't run into too many issues along the way when we're putting this thing together. Oh, and we also are going to be doing a full-blown fuel system on this thing as well. It's going to have an in-tank pump setup, a 525 liter per hour E85 pump that would be in like a Hellcat. It's going to be in the tank on this thing. And like I say, I'm going to be probably building a big exhaust to be handling all of this stuff as well whenever we get the race set up in there. I'll probably be building headers and exhaust the whole way back as well. So lots and lots of stuff to happen on this. As far as a 3-step process, I'm trying to, you know, contain myself and try to not oversell it, but it's going to be a lot of work. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun project. I think you guys will enjoy it as well, as much as I do. Like I said, please like and share, and we will try to keep an eye on this stuff, and I'll try to keep you guys updated as much as possible. Just it's what's going on in this guy's garage. So stay tuned.
Is everyone else spending $1,200 in 7 days?
No, I don't know. I don't know if they're serious. If they're serious, they are. If they actually want to fucking catch them all, that's what they're fucking doing. That's what I'm fucking doing.